Bubba Wallace fastest in Daytona 500 practice? Yes, indeed. The new Team 2311 topped the speed charts as we head in to both qualifying and the duels in the one and only practice session before the field is set for the 63rd running of the Daytona 500. We've got a lot to talk about, including, will Bubba get the pole or will it be somebody else? Let's get into it. All right, so I'm going to double hat it up for this one. Oh boy. So we had the first practice session for the Daytona 500, and it's like the tinfoil hat has to be on right now. And look, the Toyotas are fast. In fact, the real reason that Bubba Wallace is on top of the speed charts is because of the fact that the Toyotas went out early in the session and all ran in a line to essentially to bump up their times, to run the pack to see how they would react in the duels. Now, ultimately, what that resulted in was Bubba Wallace leading the field. Now, that being said, at the end of practice, he ran a single car run, and Jeff Gordon claimed that it was, if not the fastest, it was one of the fastest runs, single car, of the short 50-minute practice session. So it could happen. It seems like it may happen. There are some other, and what's so funny about this is we're going to kind of get into some of these times because I tried as best I could. Of course, I'm not there. I tried as best as I could to kind of pay attention to which cars were on single car runs and which cars weren't, and of course, whatever Fox Sports was telling me. I've got a pretty good idea of the other cars that may be in contention for the Daytona 500 pole position, and believe it or not, they all got storylines. So let's look at the results, at least the top kind of half of the field, just to kind of get some idea of where the times are right now. So it's all Toyotas up at the front. They're the first five all Toyotas. Bubba Wallace at 199 miles an hour. Of course, all these guys are going to be in the 199 range because, of course, it's a pack race. They're all going to run fairly similar. Martin Truex Jr. in second, Denny Hamlin in third, Kyle Busch in fourth, Christopher Bell fifth. Then you have the Spire Motorsports cars, and this may be a surprise if you didn't watch practice, but ultimately what happened was McMurray and LaJoie got in the draft of the Toyotas for about a lap, and that's why they were able to do 199.3 and 199.1. And then rounding out the top eight, Michael McDowell, which I think that was a draft lap. And then it kind of gets interesting because as we get further down the field, that's where we actually get to some of the guys that I think are going to contend for the pole. And guess what? What I believe is one of the faster, because again, I kind of they showed this lap on TV, and it didn't look like he had any kind of drafting help. Was Ryan Newman is right now sitting in ninth. I believe that was as close as it maybe could be to a no-toe lap, as we would say in open wheel, or a no-draft lap, and he did a 198.6. Now, I don't know how much faster Bubba went on his single-car lap than that, but I can't imagine that you're really going to get much more, or you would really... and that's what I wonder, is because in the draft they were only running 199. If that Ryan Newman lap was a 198, are they really only gaining 1 mile an hour in the draft? That would surprise me a little bit. A couple of other things I wanted to note is it looks like the Fords are really fast. Especially the Stewart-Haas cars. Cole Custer, Eric Almirola. Cole Custer's in 10th. Eric Almirola's in 13th. Kevin Harvick's in 15th. Chase Briscoe is in 16th. They may compete for the pole. It may, I think a lot of people said, the Fords may not be there this year. It seems like they may be there. Again, we'll have to see in qualifying. It seems like sometimes they fall off the pace a little bit. Ryan Preece, that was one that we maybe thought might get the pole position. He was 19th, but Fox was pretty clear in saying he was by far the fastest of any of the open cars, which I don't think is much of a surprise considering that he has that Hendrick Motorsports power, and also they have to qualify for this race, and it seems like they may be the ones that qualify, at least lock them in as the ones who are qualifying speed. In fact, he was faster by, let's see, almost 0.4 of a mile an hour, or no, 3 miles an hour, because it looks like Stenhouse didn't run in the draft. Stenhouse was at 191. Preece was at 194. So Ryan Preece, if he ran a single car and ran a 194, that's a really strong number right there. The fastest of the Hendrick cars, tinfoil hats on, was Kyle Larson. Uh-oh. So if Bubba, Larson, Newman, I'm just saying. Alex Bowman was the second fastest. He's been here before. I think if all things are equal, Alex Bowman I think is a really good choice for the pole. He knows how to do it. He's in the Ally Bank car for the first time. That would be certainly interesting. I'm trying to see who the slowest. So here's an interesting one. The second fastest open car. Now let me make sure I'm saying that. Yeah, second fastest open car is Ty Dillon. Ty Dillon in the 96 Toyota. Now, that was one I thought was going to struggle. Right now, the Gaunt brothers, if that had been qualifying, the Gaunt brothers would be in. Kaz Grala, it would be third on speed for the open cars. David Reagan would be fourth. Austin Cindric, fifth. Fifth on speed, if that would have been qualifying. Penske car get bumped? Might be. Boy, this is shaping up to be quite interesting. I have to say, I don't know what's going to happen. What do you think is going to happen? Boy, it's going to be so funny if I made because I was trying to be a little bit funny. I was just trying to be really, really memey. But if it actually turns out, I don't know if it's worst case scenario for its best case scenario, but if we do end up with the Larson Bubba front row, whatever order that ends up being, it's just going to be. I didn't think you'd be able to top Danica in terms of really makes you think front rows, but if that happens, that's going to be a really makes you think front row. I don't know what it could be. It could be Ryan Preece. That seems to be what I'm looking at, because if he's 3 miles an hour faster than Stenhouse, and Stenhouse qualified on the pole last year, it stands to reason that they are not going to take any chances with the 37 car. So if all things are equal, Ryan Preece may be your pole sitter. I don't know. This is one of the more interesting Daytona 500 qualifying sessions we may be seeing in quite some time, because I think there'll be a lot of tinfoil hats coming out. But there's also a possibility that it could be a real surprise, like a Ryan Preece. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below, and we may do another video if we need to bring the tinfoil hat back out for qualifying. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been David Land on YouTube. Subscribe for more motorsport content, and I will see you in the next video.